engines roar in this digital drive. Sweat on my brow, I burn the midnight oil. Lap after lap, carve my name in the soil. 100 ways to crash, but not tonight. I chase the line, I earn my fight. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, is mine tonight. Qualifying ghosts, I'll float them down. Every corner's mine, I own this town. Tires scream, my setup's tight. I've bled for this win in the virtual light. 100 ways to crash, but not tonight. I chase the line, I earn my fight. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, is mine tonight. No resets, no excuses, I pay my dues. Study every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this over, I'm winning tonight. 100 ways to crash, but not tonight. I'll chase the line, I've earned my fight. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, it's mine tonight. No resets, no excuses, I paid my dues. Studied every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this over, I'm winning tonight. No resets, no excuses, I've paid my dues. Studied every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this over, I'm winning tonight. No resets, no excuses, I paid my dues. Studied every apex, I've got nothing to lose. The pack's behind me, checkers in my sight. I'm the king of this server, I'm winning tonight. Shift up, hold steady, I'm crossing that line. I race in glory, this moment's mine. Pedal down, no fear, I'm taking flight. This track, this race, it's mine tonight. Pixels collide, steel and rubber in a world online. Every corner's a war to survive. Lead foot's keeping the fire alive. Engines in the void, thundering loud. Virtual tracks, but the crowd still shout. Through the crash and the flame, we rise again. Lead foot TV, where the night won't end. Screaming sparks in the haze, metal hearts locked in digital rage. Every lap is a line in the sand, driven faster by a ghostly hand. Leadfoot TV, Leadfoot TV, Leadfoot TV. Engines in the void, thundering loud. Virtual tracks, but the crowd still shout. Through the crash and the flame, we rise again. Leadfoot TV, where the night won't end. Tires scream, the sparks in the haze, metal hearts locked in digital rage. Every lap is a line in the sand, driven faster by a ghostly hand. Leadfoot TV, Leadfoot TV, Leadfoot TV, Leadfoot TV, Leadfoot TV. TV.
Welcome in here from Phoenix, Arizona, the Phoenix Raceway with the NSRLA Cup Series, the Dog Leg Dash 200. That is a mouthful, folks, but I am loving it. Here with the NSRLA Series, running the SoarDogg Cup Series tonight. Going to be a 200 lapper tonight from Phoenix. Stages at lap 50 and 100. They got 6 sets of tires in the pits and 15 green-white checkered attempts if needed and 0 fast repairs. This is going to be a fun one tonight. Really been anticipating this, and it's a pleasure to have our first broadcast here with Leadfoot TV. We're going to go ahead and run through the starting grid here. Starting on the pole, Christian Barnes in that 24. Outside of him, Evan Janik. Second row, Travis Bieber, Jace Mercado. And bear with me here with these names. This is our first time here running through these guys. Robbie Good, third row insides, and third row outside is going to be Isaac Wilson. Fourth row inside, Anthony Trippi and Alex Palaka right there on the outside of row 4. Dana Ryan inside row 5. That'll be your 9th position. And then David Mayberry there in the 29 and 10th. That'll round out your top 10 starting positions. Moving on to row 6, Jerry, I'm going to butcher this name all night. Salatis, going to destroy it. I'm telling you right now. Andrew Allen outside row 6. Joshua Thornton inside row 7. Devin Lucan, and we are going green here. We go Caleb Jones, Gino Valenti, Samuel Longworth, Casey Bristow, Stephen Gill, Jason Steptoe, rounding out your top 20. Ryan Bittler, Aaron Longworth, Michael Kish, Jason Hatula, and Dustin Lewis rounds out your field, and we are rolling green for the Dog Leg Dash 200. Cars already getting really wide spread out here. Christian Barnes rolling along right there in second. Evan Janik out to a quick lead. Actually, Janik in second. Loses the lead there. He was actually in the lead for a second. Got a battle up front already with these guys. A lot of action here tonight with the 24 up front especially. And looks like the car, little door check action. And that's going to be our very first SoarDogg yellow flag, our first caution here on lap 2. Producer Tracy, let's get a replay of that. Looking back into the field here, trying to get our nameplates up. Oh, the 88 squeezes Gino Valenti up into, who was that just got clocked there? Wow, we do have a Chili's car back there. Aaron Longworth getting involved in that little accidente there. Riding the accidente for sure. That was a big one there, folks, on lap 2. Obviously, we are counting caution laps here tonight, but so far, so good. Barnes, Janik, Bieber, Good, Mercado are going to be your top 5 as they run currently. Wilson, Trippi, Ryan, Pollock, Salatis, Thornton, Lucan, Allen, Longworth, Steptoe, Bristow, Kish, Bittler, Hatula, and Lewis are going to round out your top 20. Probably a lot of damage to those 3 or 4 that were involved in that accident. I'm willing to bet they're going to be rounding out the back of the field here. Hopefully that wouldn't be the end of their night, but we are definitely going to have to wait and see here how this goes. Look, Bristow and Kish on pit road involved in that accident. The 11 and the 3, David Mayberry in the 29, it appears, off track. Lots and lots of cars here getting checked out. We see the beautiful number 3 right there, and the 89 of Aaron Longworth. Longworth disappearing there. Kish trying to get the damage repaired. Hopefully that's not the end of the night for Longworth, but he did just disappear on us. That may be the end of his night. Don't want to call that yet, but Kish has got her back rolling. Going to be making it back out on the track here. Multiple others involved. But getting them lined up here. Producer Tracy, this is our first time in here doing this series. I know you're capable of chiming in once in a while for our viewers. This is my first time ever actually doing a Next Gen Cup Series type race. So how familiar are you with these cars?
Honestly, Chris, I'm not that familiar. About the highest I ever made it were the O'Reilly series, I guess is what it's called now. Used to be the Nationwide series. I did a lot of races in those. Absolutely 0 laps in the next gen car that we have here now. So I I can't bring any kind of driving experience to the broadcast tonight. Sorry about that.
Hey, that's okay, producer Tracy. That is okay. We're going green anyway. Lap 5 of 20 here. Barnes and Janik are going to be leading them down. They have control of these front rows here. Let's see if these guys stay dicey or everybody starts to fall in line. Because what we're looking at, 200 laps, this is almost or maybe a full race, full-length race for this series. And we are creeping into the restart zone. Waiting for it, waiting for it. We are back green. Great jump there for the 24 of Barnes. Rolling on that bottom, cutting the dog leg and the dog leg dash. The outside line choosing to stay up high here and use that momentum, but the bottom line really, really pulled away by cutting that dog leg there as we see the 24 and the blue Amsoil car of Janik right there. So both of those guys jumped out to a big lead out front. Bieber back to the third, Good in fourth, and Barnes is going to lead this lap as well with Janik right on him. But Bieber's made up some ground here. He fell back quite a bit, but has made that ground back up. Rolling right now. Really, really rolling up high. There's a couple cars we see back there running high, but not many. Most are choosing to elect the bottom here. Oh, one kind of in the wall. Just a little scrape. No harm, no foul. Still rolling. And that was the 6 car back there. Really, really rolling good up top. Jose Mercado getting a little action underneath him, but they can't quite complete it. He's really using that momentum up top well. Quite a few back here rolling through. It's going to take me a while to get used to everyone. Most of the time I'm going to be saying colors, sponsors, and numbers, as I do get to learn these drivers throughout the season. It will take us some time. Sorry I didn't do a full introduction. We kind of jumped in here, had an early start. Devin Lucan rolling right here. Oh, coming down, turn. 87 gets turned across the nose. 2 more getting turned, avoiding Anthony Trippi right there. Coming across the nose, I believe it was of Lucan. We never want to point fingers there, but that was definitely one of those. I don't think he knew he was there at all. He just straight up came down. Let's try to get a good angle on that replay there, Tracy. I want to kind of see the back of these cars, and the one gets turned around trying to avoid as well. We got cars going everywhere in this one. That was off the nose of the 92, I believe, 62. Can't quite tell, 92. Yep, came down trying to avoid, just came across the nose. The original caution was further up the track. That was Alex, the 92. Obviously, that trying to avoid there. The 1 car came across his nose while they were trying to avoid the 2 that were spinning further up the track, closer to the wall, the 84. Coming down to pit road here, trying to get some of that damage fixed. We see the 92 on pit road as well, it would appear. Rocking and rolling. We are under caution again here, lap 10 of 200. Second caution of the night for the NSRLA Dogleg Dash 200, the SoarDogg Cup Series. There's how they run currently. Christian Barnes in the 24. Alex Pollock. Oh, sorry. Alex is going to drop there. He is on pit road. It's going to be Christian Barnes in the 24. Evan Janik still rolling in second. Travis Bieber sitting in third, and Robbie Good in fourth, and Jose Mercado still holding down that 5th place spot. That is your top 5 as they run right now under caution. And we are trying to get through here and see how much damage these guys are going to have. Looks like Trippi got away pretty much unscathed, so he should be in pretty good shape there. Everybody else rolling along pretty well.
Yeah, Chris, I'd just like to mention Alex Pollock. Alex Pollock has a meatball flag. So,
oh, no. Darn, meatball flag for Alex Pollock. That is never what you want to see. With Black Diamond Motorsports, Alex Pollock there from Cincinnati, Ohio, one of our Midwesterners here tonight. Currently sitting 22nd, but that meatball is probably going to be the end of his night, I'm willing to bet, because they have no fast repairs here tonight. So tough break. Darn, a meatball just for the one coming across his nose there. That's a tough one. Obviously a sponsor here as well with Black Diamond Designs. I'm assuming Alex Pollock there, since he is Black Diamond Motorsports. Tough break there, but the lights are out. We're going to be going back green here. Looks like we're going to be going green with 13 to go. Top 5, top 10 hasn't really changed too much here tonight. These guys really, that Pizza Hut car sure is looking good out front, though. And they are getting ready to roll here. They're going to go down this long straightaway. A weird little design here at Phoenix. The pace car pulls off right there coming out of turn 2. And they roll all the way around back to the right before the dog leg for the restart zone. But here we go, and they're off again. The SoarDogg green flag. 24 out to a huge jump there, cutting the dog leg again. The 2 behind him choosing to stay up top, but that third place car of the 60 jumping right on that back bumper again. Right now, Bieber and Mercado. Mercado made a jump right there from 5th to 4th, getting by that purple and white car. We normally have our lineups on the left side of the screen for you, but I'm not seeing them tonight. But great onboard camera work here. You can really see the RPMs turning as they're going through their gears here. There's our running order. Barnes, Janik, Bieber, Lucan, and Mercado, your top 5 currently. And we have a challenge for the lead with Janik coming up on Barnes, but chooses to jump back in line here. Rolling through the corners. Really great momentum here. Get a decent green flag run. Nice little battle back there between the 25 of Thornton and the 77 of Good, it would appear. Kind of going back and forth here. Yeah, Robbie Good and Thornton going back and forth. Almost 3 wide here as they roll through the corner. Oh, nose to tail coming through there. That was a close one. Whew. That's one of those pucker factor moments right there. That was something. We got another challenge for the lead. Janik might have led that lap. I'm not sure. That one was close. I don't know if he was able to lead that lap or not. But Janik and Barnes have decided that 16 laps into the race is long enough, that Janik wants the lead here. And he is really going to make Barnes work to keep it. But Barnes is getting such a run off that high side coming out of the big sweeping corner into your final turn 4 here. Rolling through, but what a great lap every single run with these guys running 1-2. But Bieber, seeing all this action right here, has started to creep in around that high side as Janik takes the lead away from Barnes, completely clears him here. And, Bieber in the wall hard, trying to run that high line, trying to get around Barnes. Wow. Everything seems okay. Travis Bieber out of Ole, Pennsylvania, the Bandits Motorsports car right there in the 23, that Valvoline 23, way down to the bottom, trying to make a move on Barnes here. Can he clear him? He cannot. For second up into the, woohoo! Got a little tight there, ladies and gentlemen, little tight. That'll put the fear of God in you right there, but Bieber's going to give up that spot right there to Lucan in that 52. Oh, well, maybe he might give it up. Good Lord, gentlemen. We're on lap 18. I'm too fat. I can't have this much excitement this early. I'm going to have a heart attack out here. What a skill. Good Lord. I'm so tongue-tied. What skill we just saw right there with that save, though, Tracy. Whew. Wow. I had to catch my breath for a second, folks. That was exciting. To only be 18 laps into the race, that was a lot of excitement with Lucan and Bieber there. Bieber lost a lot of spots. Was up there racing for second. Now back here, going to fall outside of the top 5 as I believe Allen in the 96 is going to go by. Right up there. He may go by. He hasn't confirmed it yet. But Andrew Allen right there, definitely. Okay, Andrew is clear, running in 5th. As they keep rolling through here, Lucan looking to make a move there on the 6. Can he's rolling that top so well. A lot of times, folks, I will get caught up being a driver. I will get caught up and forget that I'm announcing, and I get way too excited about what these guys are doing. And sometimes I'll just sit here with my jaw hanging open watching these guys because I get so enthused in what they're doing. And I know the amount of talent it takes to do what they're doing. I mean, as a real life racer in the ARCA Menard series, I understand that sim racing does play a huge part for a lot of people and the skill level that it takes to do that. This is impressive. I love watching this. I love sim racing myself. It's a lot more comfortable than driving a real car. And this right here is, you're not going to find better action than this anywhere, because there's a lot of guys, just like Michael Kish right here, really getting right up on that bumper, making the old number 3 proud with the intimidation here at Phoenix, getting right up on that bumper. It's like, hey, I'm here. Don't make a mistake, because I'll be pouncing on you. I love that scheme, Tracy. So far, all right, so Tracy, I have to ask, so far, what is your favorite scheme that we have seen so far in this event?
Well, Chris, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. There's so many different schemes that are going on, and there's so many flashing colors going by on my screen right now. They all look really good to me. But I'm gonna keep my eyes out and see if I can't pick out a favorite before the night's all said and done. Of course, I'm not sure if this is your favorite or not, but that Pizza Hut scheme, it kind of reminded me that I haven't eaten supper yet. So right now, that one's sort of at the top of my list.
True story. Well, when I first started my racing career, I was a general manager at Domino's Pizza. So I'm a little biased. I can't, just on principle, I cannot choose the Pizza Hut car. I think my favorite is going to have to be Lucan in that purple and white car right now. I believe he's running, looks like he's running 3rd or 4th. Devin Lucan in that purple and white and black 52. I don't know what my first race car was purple and black and white. I've always just liked how they go together. That is my pick for paint scheme of the race right now. Is I'm gonna mess up all these names all the time. Hutala. I'm gonna pull one out of old Chooch's book here, one of our other announcers, and I'm going to be butchering names all night as I learn these guys, and they're gonna make fun of me quite a bit as these broadcasts go on throughout the year. But Jackson, who I'm gonna get it right. Hutala. We're gonna try that. We're gonna try Hutala, and then he can tell me I'm wrong later. From Bemidji, Minnesota. Hey, I can say that one, Bemidji. Fast Living Motorsports making a move right now on the outside of I want to say Trippy. Is that Trippy right there in that car? And I believe it's the 80, 84. It is Trippy. I'm learning them. Let's see here.
Yeah, a little further back, we've got Caleb Jones in the 13 of Ryan Bittler. I mean, look at that photo, Chris. Tell me that is not epic. Just epic. Ryan, got to give you 2 thumbs up on the pick, man.
Oh man, that is magical. That's a race car driver right there. That is a race car driver.
So honestly, Chris, I'm not sure that I see anything. I don't really see anyone dropping down. I don't see anyone dropping down the standings here or anything like a rock. I'm not getting any kind of alerts. So we're under caution, but I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah, that's what that's why I didn't call it right away. I wasn't sure what it was for, because I didn't see anybody go around there unless I just missed it. But I did see someone on pit road, so it kind of makes me wonder if someone might have got a little squirrely coming on pit road, or may have slowed up too much. We do have 3 cars off track right now. Lucan, Allen, and Jones all in the pits, along with others. Lap 30 here in the pits. It makes me wonder if someone might have spun out coming to pit road, and we missed it there, because there's quite a few stops going on, and some of them look like they might have been green flag stops right before the caution.
Chris, that's a very good point. I think it'd be kind of hard for the software that I have to pick up on that, because it more or less just gives me an alert, lets me know who's going into pit. But once you pass that pit entrance line, then if you kind of, do some sort of crash or anything like that, or have any issue, then it's kind of hard for me to chase it down from up here, especially with all the action that we got going on all through the field.
For sure. I I'm loving the fact right now as we see Good actually pulling off track going down pit road in that 77. We can see over on our timing and scoring on the left side. You guys take a look at that. When someone gets blacked out like that and they have no numbers beside them, it shows that they are off track. Most of the time will be on pit road. So kind of saw that there. But as we look at, I haven't done many races where there is so much action all the way through the back, even to the back of the field, all in between. Everyone here, to be honest, has outstanding pace. And to be honest, it makes it hard from an announcer standpoint because you don't know where to look. It's almost like watching a fireworks show. You just kind of sit back and stare at the whole thing and try to talk about what you see. And these guys are putting on one heck of a show right now, and we're only 31 laps in, and we have a new leader. Janik on the front row and Mercado on the outside of the front row. Huge jump there for Janik. Wow. Major jump as Mercado slides up into second, keeps rolling, but Barnes is going to be making that move right back up to second. Tracy, if you could take over for half a second here, I have to go take a little pit stop. As we know, the oil field waits for no man, and I am at work tonight, pulling double duty here with you guys tonight.
I got you covered, Chris. I will do the best I can, man. I'm trying to keep one eyeball on the timing screen and flip the cameras around and the other on what's going down. And right now, we have a top five. Let me give that rundown for you. Evan Janik in first, Christian Barnes in second, Jose Mercado in the number 6 car in third, Isaac Wilson in fourth, and Dustin Lewis in fifth. That's your top five for the moment. Right now, again, we have Evan Janik. He seems to be setting a pretty good pace, but we should be coming up on a stage break here in just a few laps. From my understanding is it should be on lap 50, if I understand it correctly. So I would imagine these guys right now just kind of, setting a pace, not really doing any kind of severe racing or wanting to put themselves in too much or too many difficult situations, I would hope. Now, the further back we go in the race here tonight, these guys are kind of working their way or driving hard trying to get up there so that they can get their stage points when the caution does come out and the stage break does happen. And I was just looking here, I may have if I can get the car, there we go, the 87. Gosh, what a beautiful paint scheme that is. A Red Bull number 87. That's going to be Jason Steptoe. Man, that's a beautiful car. I'm not really sure who all of the comers and goers are. Jerry Salatis. Hopefully, I know you sent us a request today with some enunciation on how to pronounce your name. Unfortunately, I was dealing more with some production issues, just trying to get everything rolling here tonight. So I do apologize for that if I mispronounce your name. Out of DuPont, Pennsylvania, USA. Happens to be a free agent. So if someone's looking for a team member, looking like Jerry, maybe your man. So we're going to go back up front and check on this right now as we have Christian Barnes, who looks like he's starting to close in on Evan Janik. Closed it down to maybe, actually it's getting on down to about a quarter of a second lead. He's closed the gap right now. So it looks like, again, if my information is correct, we're about 10 laps away from a stage break. So I wouldn't think you'd want to push the issue too much here. You just kind of want to make your way, keep your car clean. Again, we have no fast repairs tonight. As we see I think that is the 36 car. Maybe not. I do apologize. We're still trying to learn everyone's paint schemes here tonight. And sometimes the camera angles just doesn't give us a good shot at exactly what the car is. As we see the 52 of Luke, and he's coming up here and going to the inside of Christian Barnes. And now, all of a sudden, he's making a push to the lead, going up against Janik, and there we go. We got another SoarDogg yellow flag come out.
Once again, the SoarDogg yellow flag. Appreciate you covering for me there for a second, Tracy. I wish I could say that would be the last time that's going to happen this broadcast, but hopefully they won't hold it against me too much, trying to keep the world going around out here. Let's see what exactly happened. Kish in the 3. Wow. Huge shot there. Yellow car. Joshua Thornton looks like he might have just got in there a little too hot. I don't think that was intentional by any means, but definitely it appeared to be a mistake there on Thornton's part, getting in on entry on that corner. Let's go watch from his onboard here. Great camera work. I love it.
Look at the closing rate that he had to deal with there. I mean, that's
wow. That was
I'm
something.
not,
I was going to get.
Well, I was just wondering, Chris. I'm not exactly sure what happened to the 3, if because it just seemed like I don't know if he got on the brakes early, had to really let off, had a tire going down, had an issue with the car. I'm not real sure, but you can see that right front rotor really glowing there in the night. So I'm not so sure if he had some sort of issue and had to really get up a little bit earlier than I think I think that was the 25 car of Joshua Thornton. You know, he just couldn't get on the brakes and whoa up quick enough to avoid that incident.
For sure, and heck of a bit of bad luck there for both the 3 and the 25, who before that scuffle already had damage. So hopefully we're not showing them as a meatball there, but this is not quite going to take us to the stage. We should restart here with probably at least 5 to go, and I'm showing Ryan, Jones, and Mayberry here at least, along with the 3 on pit road as well. Ryan rolling again, Kish rolling again, and quite a bit of damage there for the Mayberry and the 29s. We see the 17 on pit road as well. Darn, I love talking about these guys, but that's never what you want to talk about it when getting involved in incidents like that. Everybody loves hearing their name, unless it's something like that. That is for sure. Mayberry from Hershey, Pennsylvania. I love that. There's nothing more wholesome than Mayberry and Hershey. And we got both of them right there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I mean, Hershey, Pennsylvania is definitely a famous place. I've yet to been able to get up there and check it out, but I've heard good things. I think that's like the chocolate capital of the world.
And don't look now, but my favorite paint scheme of the race, not that I'm unbiased or biased about it. Not that I am biased or anything, but Lucan right there starting outside pole for this restart with Janik. Let's see if there's going to be a little fight for the lead here coming to the end of this stage. I'm excited for this one. They're coming to the restart zone. Great jump again for Janik. Let's see if Lucan can hold toe up there. Not a great start. Everybody diving down low, and he's in a lot of traffic. They're 5 wide back there for 5th. Lord have mercy. Lucan rolling that top, though, and we have another SoarDogg yellow flag. This one should take us to the stage break. But let's get a replay here on this one, Tracy. Let's get a little diagnosis, see what happened on this heck of a restart where everybody was going for position for the end of the stage.
Well, Chris, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I got so many different drivers here to choose from, and I can see why there was a major pile-up going on here. It is amazing that we didn't notice that, and I'm going to try to see if we can figure out exactly.
Jump over to the six. Jump over to the 6 of Mercado. Look like it all started right there. I couldn't tell who, but someone. Mercado gets loose into the corner. Mercado. Oh my Lord!
And there's the 63 and a 77 has absolutely nowhere to go. Jose
For
Mercado
sure.
more or less just kind of lost it on his own there getting into the corner.
Darn, you never want to see that. I mean, four really good cars, five even, including Mercado, collected in that. We have the 88, the 77, 63, and it appeared to be one more car got in there, really piling in. I couldn't tell who that final car was that kind of got bounced, had a car bounced right in front of them there, but darn it, that's going to be a heck of a blow for a lot of these guys. But that will probably take us to the end of our first stage. Tracy, since these guys are going to have a short stage break here, we do have this caution. Do you want to go ahead and pay a few bills here and take a break with them?
Honestly, Chris, I don't have anything really to read tonight. I was struggling right up to the last minute to get the graphics and the overlays and everything to work. We're still working on that, trying to put up everything. So what we may be able to do is just kind of take a quick little break and let you see the logos from everyone who has helped out this league and this particular series here tonight. So hang in there with us, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
And we are live. We are back, and I just
Well,
wanted to point out, me and Chris were just talking behind the scenes. This is our first race here on Leadfoot TV with the SoarDogg Cup Series. So, and honestly, me and him both were really scrambling right up to the last minute to try to get this production going. As we see his favorite color, number 52. Getting a few guys getting around him there, but anyway, our understanding was that we're going to have two stage breaks, one at the halfway point and one at the quarter-way point. But whenever we have cautions really close to those laps, I'm not sure if they carry over or not. So we'll certainly get with the league admins and see if we can't straighten that out. So anyway, Chris, I'll just toss it back to you, man, and let you do your thing here.
for sure. If everything goes the way we think it's going to go, this should be the last lap before the stage. As we see Janik right out front of Lucan and Barnes. Lucan putting the move on Barnes there to get up to that second spot. Allen, appears to be Allen there rolling in fourth. This may be how your top four finishes for this stage. If this is the stage here, we will find out if the caution flies. There it is. That is going to be your first stage here of the Dogleg Dash 200 with a SoarDogg Cup Series at NSRLA. Janik is going to take the stage. Lucan second, Barnes third, Allen fourth, Wilson fifth, Lewis in sixth, Bieber seventh, Thornton eighth, Steptoe ninth, and Trippy coming back from that early spin to come in 10th in the stage here. That'll be your top 10 for the stage. Now, Tracy and I will go ahead and bring you back. We will do it just like the Cup Series guys do with the Toyota commercials. We're not going to take you away from the racing action, but we will go side by side while we take a short break here, show you some of the guys, the amazing partners that make this league so great and help this league out so much. And we will be right back right here on Leadfoot TV. welcome back to the SoarDogg Cup Series right here with Leadfoot TV, bringing you all the action of the Dogleg Dash 200, second race of the season here, from my understanding, at Phoenix, SoarDogg Cup Series, and I'm showing Jones with the 12 leading the pack here and Lucan outside, and we are green. Jones with a big jump. Looks like he may have some damage on that nose, though, from earlier. Let's see how big of a hindrance that's going to be, but so far, not much, because he is here, there, and gone, pulling away from these boys a little bit, out to a 0.3 of a second lead over Lucan and Janik already, who are too busy battling each other to really make up any ground on Jones. But as soon as I say that, here they are, and Lucan looking outside already. One around, 24, Pizza Hut going out to DoorDash. Barnes came out from under him right there. That one, that was pretty much the car says Pizza Hut, but that was more Little Caesars. That was hot, ready, delivered right there. Let's go back and take a look at that, Tracy.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to do this one manually here. We can...
Hey, that's okay. Sometimes you got to do her manually, and that's the way she goes sometimes. But it all gets the same spot. We'll go right to it right here, and gets off in the corner. I couldn't quite tell if there was any contact. Let's see. Look, he might have got just on the throttle a little hard there. Barnes goes around. Didn't really have any help. It was like I said, it's going to be probably a self spin. Oh, little antsy trying to get that one delivered too soon. But it goes around. That's going to be our 7th caution. Lap 57 here of 200, our 7th caution tonight. Or you hate to see that. He was up there leading. He led the first, 20, 25 laps of this race.
Well, it looked like to me he really didn't do any damage to the car. He might have flat spotted the tires. But at the same time, I'm wondering if, you replaced the tires in a pit stop earlier and then came back out on the track, and maybe the tires hadn't come up to temp yet and, developed this full grip and just kind of exceeded the grip level there just for a split second, but that's all it took to send him around.
Dadgum, Tracy, that right there was one of them. That was one of them driver analytics right there. That's the stuff that I'm supposed to be figuring out. Look at you go, man.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, well, you know how it is when I work with you enough. Some of that stuff just kind of rubs off there. And,
hey, speaking of rubbing off, don't look now, but Mercado just got his lap back. He was the lucky dog that round, and he come right on around. He is right back on the lead lap now after that melee earlier. That somehow he didn't have a meatball from. He's still out there rocking and rolling with these boys, and now he's back on the lead lap.
Ooh, boy, that Graza's paint scheme there looks like it's going to be in the body shop for the rest of the week here. But hopefully everything's driving okay, as far as...
Yeah, that's okay. I heard they just hired a brand new fabricator, so they should be good to go over there in the Graza garage.
Oh, that's great. Great news. Great news.
Yep, he's definitely going to be earning his first paycheck. I know that, though. Good Lord. There ain't a straight spot on that car, but, man, I'm impressed. I got to be honest. I am impressed that he is still out there rocking and rolling with this thing, man. It's pretty cool. He's up top 20 right now in 17th, and I'm anxious to see how well he can keep speed with the rest of these guys.
Well, I tell you, Chris, there's one thing that I did learn is I was able to pick up a lot of points in a lot of different races just by hanging in there. And even though I wasn't able to compete for the win, a lot of guys, whenever they get a lot of damage, of course, they are forced to drop out, and some of them elect to drop out. And so when they decide they want to do something other than race, I'll just take their points and scoop them right up. So
hey, there you go.
Got to give him an A for effort, that's for sure.
For sure. And we got Lucan and Bieber front row, Janik inside second row. Great jump here for Lucan. SoarDogg green flag back out. Bieber and Janik side by side. And it looks like Wilson and Steptoe making it 3 wide. Woo! That right there was tight, Tracy, but they come out the other side of Good Lord, man, these guys can give me a heart attack.
Yeah, there is an awful lot going on all over the track, and it's my timing screen over here is lighting up like a Christmas tree. It is just so hard. Oh my goodness, look at that, Chris. Look like to me, I'm not sure how many wide there was there. Maybe 6.
Oh, that's what I love about Phoenix, because it takes a little bit of anticipation, because you can go from 7, 8 wide down to single file in a matter of 50 yards. So
Yeah.
if y'all don't start figuring out where you're going to go pretty quick, this track will pretty much decide for you where you're going to go, and that's straight to the wall, because somebody's going to get wadded up together. But these guys so far have been pretty good about getting single file sorted out, as we see Lucan, Janik, Bieber, Steptoe, and Wilson being your top 5. And our first caution of the race, Trippy in the 84, don't look now. He's up to 6th. He's up into the top 10, and he is knocking on the door of the top 5. Uh-oh, commentator curse. He got into the wall, but so far, still good.
Not only is he knocking on the door, he's also knocking on the concrete, or the safer barrier anyway, out here at Phoenix Raceway.
I tell you what, man, if he gets any closer to, looks like Wilson, that 93, he's going to be knocking on a back bumper too, because he's right there, man. He's like, hey, I'm here. Y'all need to figure out which way you're going, because you're in my way. Him and Steptoe all over each other, and Trippy just looking for a way around. Dad, get them 3 wide back there behind them. Looks like 13, 9, and 96. Bittler, I'm going to mess up his name again. Utala and Allen. There we go. That's close enough. He won't care as long as we're talking about him. We'll get it right eventually. Heck, we got 35 more weeks. We'll figure it out by the end of the season, I'm sure.
Yeah, by the end of the season, they'll probably have a couple of new names for us as well. But, Chris, I just wanted to mention, I think I found my favorite car, my favorite paint scheme here of Isaac Wilson in 93 running the SoarDogg scheme. Man, I'm kind of partial to those black cars with the white graphics and red and the red trim and everything. Man, that thing looks really slick to me. Got to give you 2 thumbs up there, Isaac, for that paint scheme, buddy.
I got to agree with you, Tracy. I'm liking it too. It reminds me, it's almost a mix of the old Earnhardt scheme and the first win from Ross Chastain at COTA for his first career win. Reminds me a lot of that paint scheme from a couple years ago. I am kind of partial to that as well. As we see here, Trippy, by the way, Trippy into the top 5 now and making a move, not quite clearing, but he may be able to clear out of this corner for 4th, and he's up into the wall again. But who knows? He may be trying to do something we don't know about. We do know quite a few of those cavemen mechanics that are able to bounce it off the wall and make the car drive better. And I'll tell you what, man, he may be one of them, because this thing is moving right now.
It sure is, as he's moved up into the 4th position. But, oh, my God, they got a pure freight train coming up on him here with 3 cars, the 87 and the 96 and the, I think that is, it's not 33. It's Wilson. I do know that. 93. There we go. Oh, man. I'm starting to wonder if the 84 there of Trippy is, I don't know, maybe holding these guys up a little bit.
And I don't know. See, there was a train there, but I was watching, and they've been a train pretty much the whole time, and Trippy just decided he was going to drive around them, and that's what he did. And if you look there, he is setting sail now. So it looked like they were on him, but that was just him trying to work his way through traffic, I believe, because he is about a half a second ahead of the 87 now. But let's look further on ahead. Lucan and Janik have stepped out to about a 3-second lead. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd have pulled away from Trippy. Trippy's about 3 seconds back. It's Lucan, Janik, and then Bieber, a little over half a second back there as the 2 leaders are going back and forth. Bieber seems to be just kind of biding his time, watching these guys go at it, waiting for his opportunity, saving his stuff. I'm willing to bet we're going to see him come alive towards the end of this thing. And Lucan and Janik may use up their stuff a little early, but we're going to find out. We are just hit lap 71 of 200, so we're almost, sorry, I can't do math. We're a little over a quarter of the way through this thing, almost a half, as our top 3 are really just picking them up and putting them down, because we got Trippy back there in 4th, 2.7 seconds back. and he's pulled out to over half a second away from Allen in 5th. So Trippy may be slowly working his way forward once these guys burn their stuff off, but could also be that he burned his stuff off trying to get through those other guys, because he was rocking and rolling through there pretty good. But there's everybody getting kind of spread out as we go through here. Looking back there from Trippy, you can see everybody's pretty much single file rolling down through there. Lucan, Janik, Bieber, Trippy, Allen, Steptoe, Wilson, Lewis, Hutala, Thornton, Bittler, Mayberry, Ryan, Saladas, Mercado, Jones, Barnes, Bristow, Gill, and Vellante. 12 laps down for Vellante, by the way, but he is still out there turning laps. Mercado's, by the way, passing cars up to 15th. I'd like to point that out there. Still out here making it happen. That thing can't be driving too well, but he's out there making it happen. I'm pretty impressed with that.
Well, I tell you, Chris, I was just getting ready to make a comment. I mean, with the way those front fenders are dinged up, you can never really tell when they start acting like spoilers. And, you know, if you hit it just right, maybe it'll take the air and help guide you around there, a little arrow here at Phoenix.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of them things, if he does mess around and win this thing, you ain't got to worry about tech, because there ain't a straight piece on there for him to tech. So he's safe in tech. So we'll see how that goes. But as these guys, Steptoe giving the old bumper to the 93 of Wilson, said, "Hey, man, I'm right here. I'm going to take his spot real quick." And Wilson says, "No, sir. I'm going to pull back around you on the outside." And Wilson pulls clear. That inside line has just not really been able to make the passes tonight. Most of the passes I've been seeing have been on the outside with the momentum. And with these cars, that's odd to me. I do know they have a lot of drag, but these next-gen cars race very, very well on short tracks. But you don't see outside line dominance like this very much at Phoenix, even in real life. It's always pretty much hug the inside. But we're seeing the exact opposite here tonight. The 33 pulls away. Dustin Lewis pulls away from the other cars up top there and decides to drop back down.
Well, Chris, I hadn't really noticed that until you said something, and that was a perfect example there with Lewis in the 33 car. Just kind of, I'm not sure if there's a large discrepancy in tire wear or anything, you know, what's going on there. But anyway, he certainly, you know, more or less proved your point. Hit the high line, rode it around there, and went around a couple of guys.
For sure. It makes me think that the high line is much faster, but when thinking about tire wear, that low line is probably the safer way around. So it makes me think that he just kind of took the lesser of two evils there, put her up on the top shelf, and then just dropped back down to save those tires. He put it up there when he had to, then got back down to save tires there. 78 of 200 here. Dustin Lewis currently sitting 7th.
And it looks like we got a battle for the lead going on here as we see Lucan and Janik going at it once again.
Heck yeah, is Janik going to take it back from Lucan? Nobody's clear yet, because guess what? Lucan's on the outside, like we were just talking about, slams the door on Janik, and then jumps back up. So that was very, very smart right there as a driver. So what he did is he knew that Janik was going to go in bottom. So what he did is he really slammed that door on the bottom, but it cost him on exit. As you see right there, Janik makes the move through the dog leg to get up on Lucan, because Lucan gave up that momentum coming out of the corner by doing that drastic line change to block the bottom and then try to regain the momentum up top. And it cost him a lot of ground there. As we see that Lucan has fallen back now to about a half second, right into the clutches of Bieber in 3rd. And I'm waiting to see if Bieber is going to make a move here, because Bieber is a little faster than Lucan at the right on the exit. You can see right here, he really gets out of the corner well, and they're right there together within about 2 to 3 tenths. So is Bieber tired of saving his stuff, or is he about to really take off here, or does he just not have anything? Well, that answers that question. Diving way low on the dog leg, trying to get that momentum, really coming through the corner here, and whoo, you couldn't have put a piece of paper between that car and the wall. He is okay, so he ain't saving nothing.
Well, we should be approaching anyway. I think we're about 18 laps away from another stage break. And Chris, I would also like to point out to you, if you weren't aware, I don't mean to be insulting your intelligence or anything, but with the points that these guys are running here, each one of these stages that these guys take, the top 10, from my understanding anyway, does pay out in points. So I think we're going to have a little race to the finish within the race to the finish, if you will.
Very, very possible. I did not realize that was their point structure. I did assume. That's why I ran down our top 10 earlier, because being a next-gen, full season next-gen series mimicking the Cup Series, I assumed. I am pleasantly surprised by that, because I do love that point structure. Gives these guys a little extra oomph, get a little excitement in midst at the end of the stage there. And Janik picked up some great stage points. We see Lucan getting a little wall scrape there, and Bieber trying to get that extra point, because we're down to 15 to 16 to go here in the stage. Bieber really putting it in on the quarter panel, shoving Lucan up the track. Not really shoved him up the track, but taking that line away, making him uncomfortable. It's like, look, I'm not going to give you room to come down here so I can use up this whole track. And they're rolling through the corner here. 15 to go in the stage. Bieber and Lucan are going to be the best battle here, because Janik is checked out to a second and a half with these guys going back and forth. Janik, unless something catastrophic happens. Whoa, speaking of catastrophic, Bieber squeezing up there into Lucan. Whoo, we're throwing some haymakers here. Bieber clears Lucan for second. Trippy's still riding back there in third, but he's falling back to 3.5 seconds behind our leader, which tells me he hasn't really lost any on Lucan and Bieber. Janik has just pulled his lead out that far over the whole field. So right now, Trippy's kind of maintaining his pace between him and Lucan and Bieber, but Janik has really pulled away from this thing. I think we're going to have a heck of a battle for that final stage point between Steptoe and Mayberry, because they are right up against each other for 10th and 11th right now. That's most likely the battle that I'm going to want to watch when this thing comes to a head, because Steptoe and Mayberry, well, don't look now. Here comes the 24 Barnes. He led most of that first stage, and he is wanting to get at least one stage point here as they come to 12 to go in this stage.
I think he wants more than that, Chris. I do too. I
think he's going to take both of these. Because he's got to get by both of them for 10th. So he moves on Mayberry there and moves on Steptoe. Steptoe has the momentum on the outside. Barnes wrapping that bottom, a little below the apron, comes up, feeds Steptoe the quarter panel and takes off. Almost turned himself across Steptoe's nose. I'll be honest, Steptoe looked like he got out of the throttle and gave him that one, because that probably would have wadded up all three of these cars. But Barnes very aggressive to get that last stage point as we come to 10 to go here left in the stage. Battles all over, but Barnes is going to drive away, it looks like, with that final stage point. I'm looking for anywhere there might be more action somewhere on the track coming to the end of this stage, but I'm showing everybody being pretty spread out here in the top 10. Other than we do have the closest battle right now is going to be between Trippy and Wilson for fourth coming to the end of this stage. They're within about a half second of each other. Everyone else is pretty far spread out, it appears.
Yeah, I was interested to see if Bieber was going to be able to eat into Janik's lead any. After he got around, I think he got around Lucan. But if anything, even though he has moved into second position, it looks like Janik has pulled out now to almost 2.5 second lead.
Yep, and we are coming to 8 to go here. Lap 93 of 200, and our stage break will be halfway, showing Gill now in the 5, a lap down. He may be trying to flip the stage here, pitting early. Gill back there in the 5 car, Stephen Gill. They may have tried to flip the stage, pitted a little bit early. I've showed him 19th, one lap down. He may come out with the lead at the end of this stage. I mean, he started 19th. His high has been 14th, low of 25. Last time he pitted was on lap 52, so it's been a while. It was during the last stage was when he pitted. So I'm going to try to assume here that he knew that he wasn't going to get any stage points. It's like, look, I'm going to try to go win this thing by flipping this stage. Because we show him just kind of hanging back there, letting the whole field by, not getting super racy. Speaking of super racy, Trippy and Wilson are going at it right behind Lucan here. Wilson really sending it in there on the bottom. Is it going to stick, or is Trippy going to have the momentum? Trippy momentum up top, but Wilson, the old dog leg.
Ooh. As they head into
Couldn't
the
quite
funnel.
clear.
Yeah. Oh, man. Now, look, they have ended up catching Lucan here for the third position. Man. I'm not sure what happened to
Trippy gets
Lucan.
hung up behind. Trippy gets hung up behind that lap car, and he loses both of them, plus one more spot. Trippy got hung up behind the lap car, and he's lost 4 spots being stuck up behind. Look like the 35 there. Oh, I'm sure from a driver standpoint, I can say this. He is furious. I can almost guarantee you that he is seething in the cockpit right now, but darn it, that's part of racing. There's not much you can do about it. I'm sure it wasn't intentional for Valenti right there, 13 laps down, trying to survive, trying to stay out of the way. But it's one of those times where the more you try to stay out of the way, the harder it is. But we are coming down to the wire here, rolling right around. We're coming to 3 to go here in the stage.
Oh, yeah, and Isaac Wilson and Devin Lucan were absolutely going after it. Let's see.
Yellow, SoarDogg yellow flag, lap 97. That's going to take us to the stage break. Let's see what that one was.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm showing Christian Barnes in the Pizza Hut car in the 24. Oh!
Tracy, I'm going to let you analyze this, and I will be right back.
Okay, Chris. Thank you very much. Yes, we're going to rewind this real quick, and looks like the 25 car, and that would be Joshua Thornton, may have pushed up, maybe not anticipated the 24 of Christian Barnes having to, take a lower line through the corner there for the 35 car that's on his outside. And boy, got tagged in that left rear, nowhere to go, crashes into the 34. Hopefully it didn't do too much damage. And we're just going to have to see if this is going to take us to the stage break. I'm not exactly sure what happens here. I would think it would. Lights still on the pace car. So I think this caution may end up being one of those that's going to count for a stage. So with that in mind, I think we're going to take another quick break because there's going to be a few laps here under caution, and me and Chris will be right back in a few moments to take you to the end. Thank you very much. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone, to the Dogleg Dash 200 here at Phoenix Raceway. I'm your host, producer, Tracy Brown, along beside Chris Golden, who's our lead announcer, who got called into work this evening, so he's trying to do double duty. And in the meantime, I'm doing double duty as well, trying to push the buttons. You saw everyone grab the, go through the choose there, select their lane, and here we go to get the second half of this race underway. Janik, Bieber, oh my goodness. Well, we have got cars going 3 and 4 wide all the way back through the pack as we see the 52. Hold on to it, buddy. Oh, man. The 52 of Lucan, who has led so many laps here tonight. Oh, as we stay green. I hope he did not get wheel damage there and knocked the toe end off of that car. Just kind of got a little bit squirrely. I see a little bit of paint damage on there. Hopefully that's it. And maybe he'll be able to make a run back up here towards the lead again as we come back towards the leaders here. We've got Janik, Bieber, and Allen, your top three. Wilson, I'll leave Patala. I think that's the way you say it anyway. Please forgive me, Jackson. I know you had sent us some enunciations, but I didn't have a chance to really work on it too much. We'll get better. Oh man, we got the 23 of Bieber trying to take a look to the outside of even Janik. And now we have Andrew Allen who in the 96 car. Looks like he may be looking to go to the inside of Bieber. So I'm not sure if Allen had been saving up or just wanted to more or less just take a steady pace and decide to settle this thing here in the second half of this race. As he goes to the inside of Bieber there, he's going to grab the second position. And he is going to start to put some little bit of pressure here, I think, on Janik as they go into turn. Well, I'm not real sure what the turns are here. That would be turn 3, 4, whatever. So we go through the dog leg. Still spread out behind them. We got Janik, Allen, and Bieber. And Dustin Lewis. Looks like he's flexing a little bit of muscle here tonight in the 33. Oh, man, we got the... I can't make out what car that is, and I do apologize because I'm not familiar. It's Gino Villanti. Forgive me, in the 35 car, driving very slow. Oh, my goodness, almost got swiped. I'm not sure if he's got a flat tire, run out of gas, or got squirrely and is just now trying to... regain his composure here or whatnot. But man, he had some fast cars coming around him from every different direction. But luckily, he's got it up and running again. Still not exactly up to speed, so I'm not sure if he isn't dealing with some tire damage as well. So we'll check back in up here at the leaders. We've got Janik, Allen, and Bieber. 1, 2, 3, the law firm. And so far, I mean, it looks like Janik has been able to take control of the race, but the 96 of Andrew Allen creeping his way up here in the second half of this race, starting to close in. But you can never count out Bieber either. He has been there the entire night, obviously has a good car. Setup seems to be working, and his driving style seems to be working here on this track. So, and on top of that, he may be saving a little bit of tire as well. It's always hard for me from a producer or announcer standpoint to figure out exactly who is saving, who isn't, who's, you know, what seems to be kind of a slower car, maybe just be saving tires to be able to make a push at the end before they make a pit stop. We'll take you through the top 5 real quick. We got Janik, Allen, Bieber, Wilson, and Trippy. we're starting to get familiar with those guys' names. They've been in the top 5 and up front most all night, other than the 96 of Allen. But man, that car looks really, really stout as he's closing in right now on Janet. So we have a long ways to go here. 100 laps in this third and final stage, and we've knocked off 14 of them. So we're going to have about 85 laps to go. And so this is going to be a pretty strong, or a good number of laps anyway to go through. And I would imagine you guys have to, the drivers kind of have to take it easy, somewhat easy on the tires, because you're not sure when you're going to get another caution. And I'm sure you want to stretch this run out just as far as you can in order to take advantage of it if a caution does come out. But if one doesn't, you want to have your tires there so that you can run just as far as you can to hopefully take advantage of a caution. And now we got some action heating up back here in the back. We have the 11 of Casey Bristow, as he is currently running in 8th position. He's got the 13 of Ryan Bittler from Lake Winola in Pennsylvania. Maybe. Hopefully so. Oh, man, the 13, boy, he's coming up on some traffic here as well. So these guys just seem to be swapping back and forth, swerving in and out of traffic like you're dealing out on the freeway around 5 o'clock on your way home in the evening. But it does appear like the 11 of Casey Bristow is going to stretch this on out just a little bit. I think he may be able to get pull away from this pack. But in front of him, we have the 9 and then the 33 of Dustin Lewis. Another guy that we have mentioned early on tonight is coming on strong here, running into 6th position. As soon as I say something, he tags the wall.
Speaking of pulling away from the pack there, Tracy, Janik, Allen, and Bieber have pulled out to a 2.5-second lead over Wilson.
Yeah, they stretched it out pretty fast there.
And apologies to you and to everyone else out there. I tried to make it back before we went back green, but in typical oil field fashion, I had to flush my eye out because I got splashed with mud. So now I really couldn't see before. Now I can't see at all. So these guys are going to really hate the play-by-play I'm giving now.
Well, I tell you, I just wanted to bring you up to date. Devin Lucan, he did have an incident, a self-spin there, if I remember correctly. Had a little bit of damage to his car. We stayed green, and so he hasn't had a chance to work on it, but he has fell all the way back to 13th, and now he's starting to move back up through the field again. So hopefully his car isn't too damaged. Might just need a new buff job here before the race next week. Oh man, he got into the 87 step toe a little bit. It looked like to me.
Yeah, it looked like he got into the wall there. Step toe looked like he got up into the wall. That was a pretty good shot. I mean, everything seems to be okay. Might be a little toe link issue. As we see Lucan go on by in the 24 Barnes, looks like he's going to go on by as well. But step toe hard contact there. We're looking back. It looks like he's still kind of struggling. 63 is going to make a move on him as well. That 63 is Saladas. I'm going to butcher his name all night too. But yeah, he's going to make a move there. Old Jerry from DuPont, Pennsylvania, making the move on the 87.
He's a free agent. Free agent.
He is looking for a team. Mountain Dew Code Red on that car. Sure hope he's if he's a distributor, I may be scooping him up. Mountain Dew Code Red. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm more of the lean and green type Mountain Dew guy. So I've never even tried the Code Red. But it does make for a beautiful paint scheme, though, Chris.
It does. That it really does. Oh, and Mountain Dew Zero Code Red. Oh, zero sugar. That's man, he's right up my alley. I mean, I got to be honest. Being originally from Texas, I'm a little bit of a Dr. Pepper fiend though. Like I gotta stay loyal to the doctor. But Mountain Dew's pretty daggum good, man. I lived in West Virginia for a while too. That Mountain Dew's pretty good.
Yep, that's
Oh,
kind of what I grew up on. Let's just say for better or for worse. As we're taking a look now at the 23 of Bieber, trying to make a move on Andrew Allen. Chris, while you were away, there was a guy's name we haven't mentioned a whole lot tonight in a 96 car. He made his way all the way up to second, charged up there pretty hard, and been able to maintain the position. Really hasn't gained on Janik a whole lot. And now as we see Bieber, well, it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. As we get back to the funnel, that was very close there. So Bieber is
really
starting to work
was.
him over. Yeah. But, yeah, Allen passed Bieber fairly easily several laps ago. But there again, you know, there's always that strategy at play. You don't know who just wants to kind of save your tires. You know, and I was actually telling the audience as well. I mean, we've got 100 laps potentially straight of green flag racing. So everyone, I would think anyway, would want to make their tires go just as far as they can because they're not sure if a caution's going to come out or if they're going to have to make a green flag pit stop.
for sure. It really just depends on their individual strategy, you know. I mean, some of these guys, if they think it's going to stay clean and green, the good strategy is to try to go as fast as you can for as long as you can. But for those who are anticipating a caution, it would probably be pretty smart to save as much as possible so you can really, really dig hard on that last little run, because we know we're going to have another fuel stop here before this one's over with. So it just depends on when that fuel stop's going to fall. Because, I mean, our last caution was on lap 100. So, yeah, last time they pitted was lap 102. So we're closing in on 30 laps right now of fuel. I'm not sure how long their fuel runs are, but 30 laps seems like a pretty good while.
Yeah, I wish we had Larry Mack with us here so we could pull him up in the background so he could give us a fuel mileage calculation. I do know these guys, from what I read anyway, are going to be running on the tank is at 75% of real world capacity. The only issue that I have is I'm not really sure how that translates into the number of laps that you can go on this 1 mile Phoenix Raceway racetrack here.
For sure. Man, that right there is a really, really depressing thought. And what I mean by that is I'm the closest thing we have to Larry Mack. That's kind of sad, Tracy.
Yeah, I might need to pull together some spreadsheets and run some calculus and whatnot, but it sure would be a lot easier just to call up old Larry Mack. But I may delegate that to you.
We need an iRacing Larry Mack that does breakdowns of like Moza wheels and Fanatec and all that. It's like what we have here is we see Janik running the Moza R3, and
Hey,
that would be awesome.
Absolutely, man. We need a cutaway view of it. Oh, as we see the 23 of Bieber, you know, that's
up into
like
the wall there.
You know, I saw him get into the wall previously on a previous lap or two there, so I'm not sure if those tires are starting to give up or not. But, I mean, that was a pretty hard smack there. I know these cars are pretty resilient, but I'm not sure how many of those blows they can take to the right front.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if he's just pressing that hard, trying to get back up there to Janik, but he's 3 seconds back, so he's pressing extremely hard to get back up there.
Well, Chris,
as we see him kind of.
Yeah, everybody wants to win, but in this situation right here, now I'm just looking at it from the driving that I would do, which granted, you know, like I said, The highest I ever made it and really concentrated on was the Xfinity Series, the O'Reilly Series now. But being that the leader has gotten out so far, wouldn't you want to save your tires instead of trying to catch up with the leader? You save your tires, let the leader blister his. All you want to do is stay in front of the guy that's behind you in case a caution does come out, and in which case then maybe you could either leapfrog the leader if he comes in and perhaps take it all the way on older tires, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my head. Straighten me out, Chris.
Well, I mean, you're right and wrong at the same time, if that makes sense, because it really depends on what like we talked about earlier, whatever his personal strategy is. If he's anticipating this thing going clean and green, he needs to get going and get caught up because he's not going to have another chance to catch Janik. So he's probably anticipating that they are going to go clean and green from here because of how spread out this field is, and he knows it is go time. He has to get going. Or else he won't ever catch him. So he's probably thinking in his head, if this thing stays green, I'm in trouble. It's one of those where you kind of want to put the race into your own hands. And if this race stays clean and green, that's the goal. Is because then you have the race, you have your strategy in your hands, but you never want to put your strategy in the hands of somebody else, which is what sitting around waiting on a caution is. You never want to depend on somebody else for your strategy. So he's probably just set on kill right now, trying to catch up, but he may be overdriving this car a little bit or already burned up his stuff because he's down to a 4.2 second deficit now on our leader.
Well, I appreciate you straightening me out there, Chris. And I'll tell you something else too, man. This should give you a pretty good sensation of what it's like behind the wheel of this car. How much power these things have. I mean, to me, granted, you're not going through the corner sideways, but it does remind me a lot of dirt racing, especially on a track that's small here where you got plenty of power. You can just, you spend so much time off of the gas. I don't know, as a dirt racer yourself, I mean, enlighten me a little bit on that.
That is a really good analogy, actually, especially over in I'm so backwards because I remember old Phoenix having the start finish line on the straightaway. So I don't know what turn is what number at this point, but the end of the right here through the wide sweeping corners, I guess we're gonna call them 1 and 2, 2 and 3, whichever. Through those corners, that section of corners right there, the wide sweeping flat corners, it's all about number one, momentum, number two, stability. Because if you're on the throttle too hard, it's going to come out from under you. If you're not on the throttle enough, it's going to be a dump truck going straight to the wall. So it's all about throttle balance and stability of the car. And that is very, very similar to dirt racing, especially running that high line. That was an awesome analogy, Tracy. Look at you. I'm so proud.
Yeah. Hey, look, doing some of those dirt broadcasts is starting to pay off here, man.
Hey, for sure. I told you. And you've had a lot of fun doing those too. I could tell.
Yeah, yes, I have. I had a lot more fun doing those than I thought I would. I'll be honest with you. So I'm. Oh man,
Speaking of fun,
Wilson.
Oh, look at Wilson.
Comes around, Bieber. Look, I just wanted to point out to you real quickly here, Chris. We may be able to draft our own Larry Mack. We've got Dave W8 in the chat. And he is saying 100% fuel is about 60 to 63 laps in real world. So there's got to be about 50 laps of fuel if they're running a 75% tank. Appreciate that, Dave Mack, in our chat, in our YouTube chat. Appreciate you checking us out here tonight.
Old Dave Mack. I like that. We may recruit him. That's pretty slick right there. But you know what that tells me is that Bieber doesn't have any tires left. He's on burnt rubber right now, and that's why Wilson, I mean, for lack of a better term, just now blew his doors off going by. And they've fallen back to 6 seconds behind Janik. But that also tells me that in the next 10 to 15 laps, we're going to see green flag pit stops here.
Well, let's just take a quick look here at Janik, who is our leader. Oh, man, he is. I don't even know if the numbers I'm not even going to say them, but I guess so. Hey, 5-6 second lead. Man, he has got this car dialed in. On this stint for 44 laps, says we get a yellow flag. We're going to have to see if we can't find out what happened.
Let's take a look. But I know one person that did not want to see that, and that is Janik, because that dissolves that 6 second lead.
It sure does.
Let's
and
take a look here.
This is the 12
Caleb
of
Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a wheel disconnect, Tracy. Either that or a little bit of a lockup there. Trying to get on pit road and just kind of got out from under him, and he couldn't catch her. Just straight down into the inside wall there.
Huh. Chris, I'm not sure that I mean, maybe you've experienced that before yourself. I haven't had that pleasure, but that was just kind of a strange event to me.
It has happened to me. I'm going to take it way back here, all the way to NASCAR Thunder 2004. It has happened to me at Phoenix Raceway at every video game I've ever played, including iRacing, trying to get onto the pit road at both Dover and at Phoenix, because you have that abrupt, it's not a lot of banking, but it is an abrupt banking transition when coming off the track onto the apron here. And because these cars sit so wide and because that transition's so abrupt, it really unloads the wedge in these cars quickly. And if you hit the brake at the wrong time when this car is unloaded, essentially your right rear tire is off the ground and you're sitting with two tires of traction. And it'll absolutely, because your left front tire will grab the ground, it'll absolutely turn these cars to sideways to the left coming off that transition.
Fabulous explanation, and that answers my very next question, or I don't even know if that would be a question or not. When you said a wheel come disconnected, I was thinking the steering wheel on my man's driving rig here must have had some electronic issues or something. I didn't realize
that is
you were
also a possibility.
I didn't realize you were talking about the actual the wheel on the car.
Yeah, so I was actually considering both, but what kind of steered me away from the electronic wheel side was how fast he was able to regain control. Normally, when a wheel disconnects, it disconnects for a much longer time period than that as it reboots. Usually takes 10 to 15 seconds, and he was already rolling again within 4 seconds. So that kind of wiped that one out for me. The powers of deduction.
I got you, man. Well, we're re-racking them right now. Everybody's got on new rubber going through pit stops, and we're going to essentially turn this thing into a 50-lap shootout. So we're going to have to see what happens.
Hey, no more pit stops here unless you're in the back and just decide to once there's a caution. But we are going to take off. Janik, Bieber, Wilson, Allen, your top four as they roll. Let's see here. Green flag, little checkup on that outside line. Janik and Wilson getting the jump. Bieber on the outside. Bieber 3 wide for third on the outside. Rolling in second.
Oh!
Janik out. Oh, Bieber up into the wall. Loose on entry. Those fresh tires weren't quite hot yet. He's still rolling there. He's kind of knocked the spoiler off the thing, but he's still going. But Allen looking inside. And so is the 9 of Hatala. I'm going to mess it up all night. Darn it, that's going to drive me nuts. Jackson. We're going to call him Jackson from Bemidji, Minnesota. Jackson from Bemidji, because I'm going to butcher his last name all night, because it is way too exciting to worry about it right now with Lewis right there in 6th coming up behind him as well. These guys are about to be 3 wide again. I can see it right now. We got Wilson on the bottom. Bieber rolling that top, and little bump there. Oh, from Allen. Come on, guys. Keep her straight. We got 50 of these to go. Simmer down. Save your tires.
Well, I'm still amazed that Beaver, and not only did he not lose any positions, but if anything, I think he might have passed somebody after he sent it in there kind of hot and slid up there up against the wall and ricocheted off.
Well, we did talk about dirt track in that corner earlier, Tracy. He might have heard us on the broadcast and just took it a little bit too literal because he was sure letting her hang out on that one as he went off into that turn. But I was just glad he was able to wrangle her back up. A lot of times when the rear of these cars hit the wall, they'll really whip back and slam that nose hard. But we were able to get through it and survive, and we're all kind of single file again now.
Yes, Janik is already pulled out to a half-second lead. I'm just wondering, does anyone have anything for him in these last 47 laps here? I mean, we're getting some really good racing between Wilson, Bieber, and Allen all night long.
Absolutely, but Janik is just pulling away from these guys. He's found something the rest of these guys hadn't found. After that second stage break, on lap 100, he has just been in a different zip code. I mean, heck, he's already out to a half-second lead here. It makes me wonder, are these guys finally going to figure it out and stop racing each other long enough to put the pressure on Janik? Because if they don't get single file here and stop racing each other, he's just going to be able to save his tires and pull away at the same time, and they'll never catch him. So it's one of those, you got to play the long game here and just kind of settle in and try to make something happen, or else Janik's going to run away with this one.
Yeah, he sure is. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just kind of hard for me to say from a driver's standpoint of what I'd be doing right here. I guess I'd be wanting to try to protect everything that I got from anybody coming up from behind me. But, you know, just as soon as you start running side by side, you're just letting the leader sneak away.
Oh, absolutely. You're burning up your own stuff while he's able to save and still pull away at the same time. And it really just slows down your whole pace while he's up there racing nobody. He's got no pressure, nothing out back. Just if everybody just kind of settle in and ride, I think they'd have something for him. But it's one of those type deals, man. It's just it's natural human nature in a race to want to go, get out front. And it's one of those where you pretty much have to go against everything your brain is telling you, as we see Bieber in the wall again, and kind of force yourself to hold back so that you can play the long game. It's all about strategy here. And there's a lot of these
Bieber.
guys here that are...
I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah,
Bieber almost
okay.
got in. He almost got into the back of Allen. I didn't mean to break your train of thought or what you were saying there, though, man. Please continue on if I didn't mess you up.
Oh, no, you're okay. I got a little excited there, too. I was about to cut myself off because that right there was something. He got up almost into the wall, come back down with Allen. But what I was saying is these guys, a lot of drivers will get into the habit. This is one of the perks of having a spotter. If you do have a spotter in sim racing or in your real life, they're able to bring you back down to earth and remind you, race the track, run your line. Don't pay attention to the guys around you. Don't race the other cars, because if you race the other cars, all you're going to do is burn your stuff up. Well, your best chance to win the race is to race the track and let everybody else run their race. You can't get wrapped up in racing the other cars, and spotters are real good at reminding drivers to do that. So that's one of the perks of that. And that's what we're seeing here is a lot of these guys racing the other cars and not really just racing the track. But with Janik, there's no other cars around, so he's racing the track and pulling away out to 7/10 now, as these guys have finally kind of got single file here. And as you see, they got single file and gained a 10th on Janik. So we're still bouncing back and forth between about a half to 7/10. But they are definitely gaining that ground back now that they're not fighting each other anymore.
Yeah, with 40 laps to go, man, whatever you're doing right now isn't working. So you're going to have to kind of team up. What do they say? Teamwork makes the dream work. So you kind of got to get nose to tail, be able to make some great laps. Hopefully be able to walk down Janik if you got anything left. 38 laps to go. Oh, boy. Man, I tell you, every time I see these cars, when they spread out like that, I'm just not sure how they're able to funnel back down into single file the way that they are.
There was a car down there on the apron, Tracy, over back in that big sweeping corner. A red car down the apron. I couldn't tell if they were coming to pit road or if they were just out of fuel. Looks like it might have been Bristow in the 11, as he's 22 seconds back. Could he have run out of fuel here? No, he's still rolling, but he was definitely way down against the inside wall on the apron. Wow. Lucan falling all the way back to 9th here. Just wanted to point that out. He was up here racing with the leaders earlier. Mercado's still in 16th on the lead lap. Still in the lead lap, surviving out here. A lot of these guys just really trying to make it happen, get as many points as they can get tonight. 25 right up on the 13, giving him a little shove there. That almost looked personal. Giving him a little bump down the straightaway there. Whew, 25 of Thornton, and I believe that was the 13 of Bittler. Yep, it was. And looks like he might be trying to get back to him there.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this situation. I'm not sure if Bittler's going to have the pace to be able to get back up there with him and do anything about it, though.
Yeah, that might have been from a little bit of off-track stuff. I mean, I bet, man, I don't know if Thornton's a smoker or anything, but by the looks of Bittler, he might have stole some of Thornton's Pall Malls. Probably an off-track incident that kind of boiled that over there. He looks like a Pall Mall man. Dude, I'm loving the mullet. I'm all broadcast, everything else aside. I am absolutely loving it. As we got one coming down here, like you're coming off of pit road there, Stephen Gill. But man, that's my vote for driver picture of the night. Is Bittler in that 13 car?
Absolutely, man. Like I said, that is epic, dude. That's what I don't know, this may be before your time, but that's kind of what I was sporting through my prime days, through high school and everything. And if it wasn't for the fact that I'm bald on top right now, I'd have one again. But it just kind of looks odd when you're bald-headed on top and you got kind of long hair on the back. You know, not a good look. So
we call those a skullet. It's not quite a mullet because it's just straight skull on top. But that's a skullet. We had a guy. I played college football. We had a trainer who had a skullet. That's what we call them. That's that old school stuff. But heck, a little throwback. When I made my ARCA Series debut at Mid Ohio, I had a pretty luxurious mullet myself back in 2024. I ran it all through the season at Berlin. It got to the point where I had to actually put it up in a ponytail. They made me for safety reasons and fire hazards and whatnot. But I had a pretty luxurious little mullet myself.
Oh my goodness! Had enough to put it up in a ponytail.
I sure did. There's pictures on social media somewhere. That stuff
okay.
never lets you die. That's for sure. Oh man, Bieber falling back to 5th here. Man, he's I wonder if that wall contact did a little more damage than we originally thought.
The 35.
Hold on to her. Oh, dadgummit. Get her on pit road. Come on, Gino. Get her straightened out. Attaboy.
Yeah,
got her
might
down
as well
pit
go
road.
ahead and pit.
Whew, yeah, get them flat spotted tires off there. Currently 28 laps down. Gino Volanti. Almost a caution there with 30 to go. Glad he was able to get that one wrangled in, and I'm sure Janik, Wilson, and Allen are pretty good. Glad he was able to get it wrangled in too, as they're out to a 3-second lead over the 4th place car of our buddy from Bemidji. Just decided I am not going to say his name anymore. He's probably going to want to fire me by the time this thing's over.
Yeah. Bemidji, Minnesota.
Yep, old Jack, our buddy from Bemidji buddy, Jackson
Hattala.
And the worst, the worst part is they told us how to us how to pronounce it in pre-race.
Well, I wasn't prepared. I was just let's see. I was getting prepared, but I was just working on other stuff. I knew that was important, but I was going to leave that to the announcers tonight. No offense.
Oh, there's your first mistake, man. You can't leave anything to me. I'm just a dumb race car driver. They just hand a microphone to. That's the second mistake right there. Oh man, but we're 26 to go here.
Yeah,
Evan
and
Janik
it's
still leading this thing. Isaac Wilson second. Andrew Allen, Travis Bieber, Jackson from Bemidji in fifth in the 9 car. Oh, as we see Allen get into the wall there a little bit. Normally on our Leadfoot broadcast, we don't have that sponsor here for the Dogleg Dash 200 or the SoarDogg Cup Series. But normally in our other leagues, the Golden Racing League, Leadfoot Racing League, and FWM, 25 to go is usually the time to dig. Man, what do you think? I think we need to do a little carryover here. We don't have to do the Golden Racing time to dig. We can do the SoarDogg time to dig. 25 to go. The keys to winning this race. Who's going to be able to dig right here? And I'll tell you what, ever since that 100-lap break, I think Janik has dug a pretty deep hole for the rest of this field to try to dig yourself out of. Because 1.7 seconds back to Wilson, Janik's picking him up and putting him down.
he is, and I was thinking, with that last pit stop there, that would equalize everything, give some other drivers a chance, kind of compete with him. But sometimes the car and the track, the setup kind of align, and you just happen to be the fastest person that night.
Yep, for sure. I mean, if we look back here, I mean, Wilson, looking back at that restart, Wilson was kind of towards the back of that big group that was all fighting for second that we were talking about. As I look, if these guys just get single file, they could get to the front. Wilson hung back and saved his stuff, and he's really showing here what they could have accomplished had they not been fighting over second place. Had they all just kind of dropped in line, they would have still had tires left at this stint, and they would have been able to catch Janik. But even Wilson now trying to get through those guys and save his own stuff, just pretty much couldn't help but use it up trying to get by them. But everyone else in that little pack that was fighting earlier is back 3.7, 4 seconds back. Really burned their stuff off fighting each other. And to be honest, not anything negative towards anybody, but they pretty much handed this race to Janik.
Well, with 21 laps to go, I mean, there isn't a whole lot more that can be said other than, also a great paint scheme there. But, man, he's got it all tonight. I mean, a paint scheme, setup, driver, strategy, everything seems to have gone his way. Oh, man, we got one. I'm getting an alert. Someone may have crashed, but we're still green. I don't want to go to any kind of replay right now because we certainly want to stay with our leader. I'm going to try to find the car.
Looks like I'm showing still green here.
I showed the 0-1 painted as the 1 car, but being scored as 0-1 here in iRacing, the Valvoline paint scheme, as perhaps maybe have crashed. Now, sometimes I'll get that kind of alert if maybe they get a little squirrely and, sideways, don't actually crash. But anyway, get a little alert. Right. Let me know. Take a look at them.
Got Ryan from Vienna, West Virginia. That's I actually lived close to there. I raced for Frankie Wilson, the Team Wilson Driver Development with the ARCA trucks out of Pennsboro, West Virginia. We were just outside of Parkersburg there in a little town called Belmont, right by the nuclear power plant. That's why I look the way I do now. But we lived up there about 6 months. And it was a great little place. I do miss living up there, except for the cold. I'm not a huge fan of cold. Oklahoma's cold enough for me, but
I can deal with the cold.
To our leader here.
Yeah, the tornadoes are a whole different animal, man. I got to draw the line somewhere. Hurricanes bad enough, but I can deal with that. Tornadoes don't want to have anything to do with that. But
I've only had one. I've only had one hit my house in the last 10 years. It's fine, man.
Oh yeah. That's all I need is an F5 to come through here. But being that you were up around West Virginia nuclear plant, that does explain a lot now. So some nice background information.
For sure. Speaking of tornadoes, just coming out here wiping slates clean. Let's talk about Janik some more. 2.7 seconds. That's good for a bull named Fu Manchu. I'll tell you what, 2.7 seconds. He's out there ahead of Wilson. Old country song for y'all, back you old timers like myself. Live Like You Were Dying. It's a great song.
Oh, it
Coming
is.
down when you have
Yes.
when you have deficits like this with 15 to go, you just try to think about anything to talk about, because in the words of my good buddy Uncle Philip Rivers, this is a good old fashioned rear end whipping right here. As he's out to a 3-second lead now.
Is that Philip Rivers, the quarterback?
It is Philip Rivers, the quarterback. That's one of his expressions. He does a lot of mic'd up work when he was in the NFL, and one of his favorite expressions was, "That's a good old fashioned rear end whipping."
You know where he went to college?
North Carolina State.
Very good. Oh, my goodness. Not only is Chris able to call these broadcasts, work on strategy, drive a real race car, but he's also a college football statistician.
And a past D1 college football player at the University of Baylor.
Oh, man. And currently is working on providing the country with some energy as well. I tell you, Chris, it looks like this
heck yeah, man. I mean,
I'm sorry.
oh, yeah, I was just agreeing with you. I was like, heck yeah, man.
Oh, boy. This is going to be tight
Oh,
here, man. Come on. Yeah, 3 wide. Christian Barnes to the inside of the 52 of Lucan. Man, it is
3
definitely
wide with a lap car. Man, lap car moves up in the barn, puts him in the walls, trying to get by Lucan, but looks like they're about to split Trippy here. It's about to get Trippy. I'll tell you what, if he don't get a move on, because they're about to get right on by, and he's in the wall. That might give that position to Barnes, but that top side has such momentum tonight, man. That is unreal at this place. I'm loving watching it, but it is so weird to see those cars moving like that up top. But they are really, really digging well. I mean, we see the 52 get into, or 62 get in the wall just a little bit there, or 52, sorry, Lucan. But man, these cars are rolling that top really, really well. Oh, little bounce off the wall again. It's really just not, these cars are so stout, it's not really affecting them. I mean, we're down to 10 to go here. These guys are still back here fighting for 8th. But heck, it's the best show on the track right now.
It definitely is, man. You can tell the laps are winding down and everything's getting serious. It's, approached. I'm sure the time to dig has settled in with these guys behind the wheel as well. They know it as well. And so you got to dig and claw and see, oh, man, get everything out of the car that you can without hopefully, or without causing an incident or a caution yourself.
Oh, yeah, Lucan way high there. Look, he almost locked him up, trying to avoid Trippy there on entry. He had a really good run on entry and just had to lock it down, and it shot him way up the track. Cost him a lot of ground there, but we see the 25 of Thornton making a move. I guess he got his Paul Malls back from the 13 of Bittler, as he's rocking and rolling now. He's not fiending anymore, except for fiending for taking over 9th place there. Side note for everybody watching, I have no clue if he smokes cigarettes whatsoever. We're just throwing commentary at you, folks. It's 7 to go, and our leader's out to a 3.5-second lead.
Yeah, and here's Christian Barnes again trying to get around the other car of, well, I'm not sure. Yes, that is Mayberry out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, driving for the Blue Fox Racing Team. How about that? We've mentioned Mayberry several times tonight. And man, he's kind of, I don't know what you call it, almost sneakily kind of crept up into our top 10 here. And he's actually, closing in on Andrew Allen, who was just running up in second position not long ago. I'm not sure if
I
he's
was
going to have
looking at
enough
that.
time to catch him or not.
Yeah,
But
5 to go here. I don't think so, but he's ran a good race here. He's not in position to win by any means, but he has ran a good, smart race. Kept his car out of trouble. We haven't really seen him get involved in anything major that I can remember, but he has really played this race smart. All race, woohoo! Easy there, Thornton.
that was close. Yes.
Oh, that was what we call a pucker moment right there. 4 to go, I believe. Yeah, 4 to go now. All over this lap car in the 0-1, just kind of doing their own thing. These guys are really starting to push coming in the line because every single point matters so much in this series, in the SoarDogg Cup Series. 3 to go here. Every position matters. Every point matters. Janik's pretty much got this one locked up. 4-second lead now, but they are battling all through the pack. Wilson with 4 seconds over the 9 car of Jackson from Bemidji. And
Now that.
Bieber.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I was just going to rib you a little bit how you can get Bemidji rolling off the tongues so smoothly there, but the Hatala, I think. But hey, it looks like right now we're going to have a chance to ask him because right now he's running into podium position in third position here. So
He sure is right there, top 3. And I don't think Bieber's a little over a second behind him with 2 to go here. I don't think he's got anything left, but we're at 1 to the SoarDogg 1 to go. White flag, Evan Janik putting on a clinic. After that second stage break, he just decided, all right, boys, I've had fun playing with y'all, but it's showtime. And he just decided to start picking them up and putting them down as he wins this one by 4.7 seconds over Wilson in the 93 and our buddy Jackson from Bemidji right there in third. We'll go ahead and get through your running order here. It's going to be looking like Bieber, Lewis, Allen, Barnes, Mayberry, Thornton, Trippy, Jones, Saladas, Lucan. Lucan fell all the way back to 13th there. Mercado 14th. And then 1 lap down, we had Steptoe, Bittler, Bristow. There's your actual running order. Coming on down to Bristow. 5 laps down was Ryan in the 01. 29 down, Gino Villanti in 19th. 38 laps down, Stephen Gill in 20th. And then rounding out your final 5, Michael Kish in that 3 car we talked about early on. Big issues there. Samuel Longworth, Robbie Good, Alex Pollock, and Aaron Longworth only completing 2 laps here tonight. Tough break. Let's see. I'm kind of curious here to Tracy if we can pull it up one more time. I want to take a look at who gained the most positions overall. And I think it was someone right up front there, I want to say in finishing 7th that we talked about. Was it Mayberry, Dustin Lewis? I'm going to assume it's going to be Jackson. Probably
yeah,
Jackson is going to take that one. 24th to 3rd.
yeah.
Dustin Lewis was the only car that started behind Jackson from Bemidji, and he parks it right here in 3rd on the podium. As we see a smoke show from the 60, dominant performance tonight from Evan Janik. But while he sits there and burns it down, Tracy and I are going to take a short break. We're going to go down and find our drivers in Victory Lane and on pit road. You guys are watching the SoarDogg Cup Series, the Dogleg Dash 200 on Leadfoot TV. We'll have driver interviews for you right when we come back. Y'all stay there. Welcome back. Chris Golden here again with the SoarDogg Cup Series on Leadfoot TV. I am right here outside of Victory Lane with your third place finisher, Jackson Akuna Matata from Bemidji, Minnesota. Man, tell us about your run tonight. I mean, 200 miles around this place, or 200 laps rather, pulling it off up here in third, coming all the way from 24th. You literally could not have started any further back except for one car, and you came all the way up to third. Tell us about your drive tonight.
Yeah, that first half was definitely interesting. I don't have a lot of experience on this track. Definitely consider it bottom tier for me. Um, Kind of was just getting thrown around and learning the line, learning how to save tire. This track just chews them up, apparently for everybody except Evan. But uh, but yeah, happy to finish third. Definitely feel fortunate. Learned a lot. Excited for next week.
Heck yeah, man. It was a pleasure to get to watch you tonight for our first broadcast here on Leadfoot TV, having you guys out. Heck of a show you put on out there. I'm going to go ahead and hand you the mic here for a second. Do you have any sponsors or partners you'd like to thank for your third place finish tonight?
Yeah, 100%. First off, I want to thank Country Candles. They're the main sponsor for my good old teammate Andrew Allen in the 96. Go on Etsy with Country Candles and use Houtala10 for 10% off. Great candles. I have a couple of myself. Smell great, last forever. And then I'd also like to thank Houtala Designs for a good looking car. That's me. Just happy to help. Feel free to DM me if you have any interest. And then everybody at Fast Living Motorsports, especially Isaac Wilson, he was teaching me how to run this race, and glad to be on the podium.
Heck yeah, buddy. Pleasure to have you. And that kind of segues me into our second place interview, standing right here with you. Isaac Wilson, self-proclaimed mentor, as well as you claimed your mentor. Isaac, same questions for you, buddy. Heck of a race. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, first of all, I want to start off apologizing to 77. I don't know if that was on me. Didn't get a good in-depth look at the replay. I don't know if him getting the wall caused me to hit him or not. If I ended up wrecking him, apologize to 77 right there for knocking him out. But yeah, Phoenix, one of those tracks that kind of has grown on me. Was definitely one of the tracks that I used to despise going to every time I was on the schedule. Let's kind of learn how to run a line that works for you. Clearly, it wasn't the right line because Janik's line was working a lot better. But the line I run tends to help me save tires here and help me be a little fast. I realized in that second stage when we had that long run, I had a pretty good top. I had a top 3 long run car. I knew I got along around Bieber right for that last caution flew, and I thought for sure he was gonna be up there contending with me for a second. I don't know what happened to the 23, but yeah, just kind of clocking laps off. Janet's running a weird line. I didn't really want to test it out and ruin my race. You know, we're in a chase format now. Everything's about points. You know, it ain't worth getting 15 extra points. We're gonna lose 20 in the end. So I was just content with running second the last 25 laps or so.
Well, for sure. I mean, here in the SoarDogg Cup Series, like you mentioned, it is a chase format. Really good points day for you here. You can't really be too mad about a second. Everybody wants to win, but very, very smart race ran by you today. Also, I'd like to throw out there, you haven't seen the broadcast yet, but your paint scheme tonight was our producer Tracy's favorite in the field. So I did want to kind of throw that out to you. So pretty awesome you bringing it home second. Tell us about some of your partners and sponsors that helped you get here tonight.
First and foremost, got to throw SoarDogg out there, letting me use their name to come on here to sponsor the series. If you go on the website, use code AWG for a 10% discount. Got to give a shout out to Boozy Racewear, AWG, my endurance team. We also just brought on Rogue Energy, same code there, AWG for discount on Rogue Energy. And shout out to Next Level Racing. You guys get a chance to check them out. They got some pretty good rigs and stuff like that. They got their own version of Butt Kicker and so check them out. They have flight rigs, race rigs, and everything in between. Gaming chairs. Shout out to Country Candles and Jackson for making that paint scheme that you guys liked so much tonight. I liked it. It looked cool. I always like rocking the Casey Kane font from Washington myself, so any chance I can get to rep the font, I will.
Heck yeah, Isaac. Glad to have you and Jackson both here tonight, rounding out this podium in second and third. But we'll see you guys next week. I'm going to run right across here through this fence. to talk to our winner in victory lane, Evan Janik. Evan, what's up, buddy? Tell us about that dominant performance from the second stage break on lap 100. You were picking up and putting them down, and I mentioned in the broadcast an old Phillip Rivers quote. That was a good old-fashioned rear end whipping. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I've been waiting to run this race for like 3 weeks. This was technically our championship for last year or last season, and we had to keep postponing it and moving it back to get the car count up. So, a lot of practice laps because I was expecting to run this every week. So, I just knew that tires were going to be a really big deal. In the test sessions we have up the week before the race, doing a 50 lap run, I had 2% on the right front. So I anticipated it being a little better once rubber got on the track in the race, and it was, but still super important. So I just made sure to run my line on the bottom, manage the gap behind me. If they wanted to push and run that high line, I let them catch me a little bit. But once I got close enough, I put down a couple laps to build that gap back up and continue to do my thing and save tires for the end.
For sure. Definitely a master of what we call yo-yoing down here in Oklahoma. Letting them get kind of close, burn their stuff off, and then just opening that gap back up and then letting just going back and forth, saving your equipment. Very, very smart. I mean, at one point, I believe we looked up and your lowest point in the race was fourth. It does not get much more dominant than that. Like you said, practice pays off. Tell us about some of your sponsors here and some of those that you'd like to thank for being here tonight.
Yeah, thank you to SoarDogg for sponsoring the series, which allows us to have you guys. So thank you to you guys as well. I can't wait to watch it back. Thank you to Black Diamond Motorsports, Black Diamond Designs for making my paint, Super Oil Pros, and You Dig NY that are both real life sponsors for my car in real life that I race.
Oh, heck yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome, awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. The Dogleg Dash 200 on the SoarDogg Cup Series, brought to you by Leadfoot TV. I'm Chris Golden for my producer, Tracy Brown, and our top three here on the podium. Good night, and we will see you next week. Y'all stay golden.
comfortable lead here. As we watch the laps turn down here with Jeremy Lapenas out front, leading the way to the finish right now, trying to take care of the tires, trying to make the fuel last. He has absolutely got a comfortable lead here at the Rock 125 with 7 laps to go. I'm going to make the announcement one more time before we Grand American Racing Series, which will be converted over to Golden Racing Asphalt Series for Season 4. The ARCA West registration will open on March 4th. So stay tuned for that, and we will get the schedule out for you in the next race, as we had some technical difficulties that we could not get it up on the screen here tonight for everybody to see the dates and the tracks we will be running. But pay attention, be on the lookout for that, as Chris Golden will be making changes here and be trying to keep everything going for the Grand American Racing Series. We see the 33 of Jeremy Lapenas still out to a 2.5 second lead here tonight with 4 laps to go at the Rock 125, presented by Cody Trantham Designs. As we see your leader, the 33 of Jeremy Lapenas, bringing it down the front stretch with 2 laps to go at the Rock 125, presented by Cody Trantham Designs with the Grand American Racing Series Pro Cups here at Rockingham tonight. He is burning it down, putting down the laps. He is going to grab a win here tonight, unless something mysterious happens, but he's got it so far. Take a look there. We got second place, 98. Of Heath Rutherford, 3.8 seconds behind the leader. Travis Lapenas in 3rd, Cliff Mullins in 4th, Carson Freeman in 5th, Chase Miller in 6th, Aiden Howard in the 55 in 7th, Stephen Gary in 8th, Trippy Winkler in 9th, and Brandon Vees rounding out your top 10 for your field here tonight. Jeremy Lapenas, your leader for the final lap. He is going to bring it out of turn 4 for the final time here tonight at Rockingham. Your winner, Jeremy Lapenas. And there it is, everybody. The ETD presents the Rock 125 at Rockingham, North Carolina, with the Grand American Racing Series. Your winner, the 33 of Jeremy Lapenas. I will have our producer put up our finishing results here. We'll go through your field of how everybody finished. Jeremy Lapenas, your winner. 2nd, Heath Rutherford. 3rd, Travis Lapenas. 4th, Cliff Mullins. 5th, Carson Freeman. 6th, Chase Miller. 7th, Aiden Howard. 8th, Stephen Gary. 9th, Trippy Winkler. And rounding out your field in 10th, the 65 of Brandon Vees. With that being said, everybody, we are not going to have driver interviews tonight. We are very sorry for that. We will get everybody an interview. Hopefully in the next race, we'll get everything figured out, as we did have some technical difficulties with the broadcast tonight. But we want to thank you all for coming out. We appreciate everybody supporting Leadfoot TV and the Grand American Racing Series. Until next time, I'm going to sign us off for our producer, Landon Brown. me as your lead announcer, Colton Briner. I want to thank you all tonight, and we will see you next week.